Dealing with difficult emotions is a real drag. It doesn't feel good. It brings you down. You don't get to hang out with your friends. You don't get to do the things that you love because those emotions are so heavy. In today's episode, I'm going to help you to learn to release that tough emotion and begin to heal emotionally. Let's go get that nugget. Welcome, ladies, to the Life Mastery for Women podcast. I'm Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind, your host. This is where we go to learn to master our life one nugget at a time. Hey, ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I am finding you healing from those really dark, heavy emotions. And if you are not healing from those emotions, then it is my intention that in today's episode, I give you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. So today I want to talk about those ill-feeling emotional states that are like anxiety, grief, sadness, guilt, shame, anger, depression, that we're dealing with them in abundance in our world. You look around, we have second graders on medication to deal with anxiety. But what's really happening is there's a giant disconnect in our world. The relationships, the community, there's a breakdown, and people aren't parts of those communities anymore where we're getting the support that we need. Because right now we show up feeling a certain way and everybody is like, well, why don't you just take medication? Or maybe you need to exercise, or maybe, and they're just giving advice, but they're not really supportive. And when you don't get the support that you need from a community that is accepting, we start to feel shame. Oh, maybe I shouldn't feel angry. Maybe I should let this thing happen. Maybe I'm not meant to be here. Maybe something is wrong with me. Maybe I need to be a little bit less uptight. I remember hearing all of those things in various relationships that were disrespectful. Behavior that was happening was disrespectful. I mean, this was years ago in the early 2000s that it was my values. I had a certain value that I put on life. And my relationships, there's a little pocket of values there. Like I expect the relationship to be kind of this mutual. I expect there to be communication and love and friendship. And when those boundaries get crossed, I felt a certain way, right? And when I felt a certain way, then I behaved that way based on that emotional state. And when those things happen, then my girlfriend at the time is just like, you need to settle down and you need to not be so uptight and it's not that big of a deal. When in reality, it was a big deal because I want to create the life that I want to live. And I want to find and deepen those relationships and those connections that foster that same belief. And I had to grow into a lot of things for sure. We go through that maturity state, right? But at the same time, I want to shine a certain way so I attract certain things into my life. And that includes people. So I don't know about you, but I think that this is such a rich content is to talk about emotional healing because everybody is dealing with some deep, dark, past traumatic event that is leading them to think that something is wrong with them. And I'm here to tell you, now I may not be the guru on the mountain or some big popular coach or anything, but I am here to tell you, because I firsthand experienced it, nothing is wrong with you. Nothing. Your beliefs, your values, the things that you want in your life, the things that you desire, you're meant to live. You're meant to explore, but you're also meant to heal. And we have to learn how to do that. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And I think it's important that the world gets this information. I think that it's important that people start to understand what our emotions actually are, is having this emotional education and this emotional knowledge to go, oh, okay, first I have to have this introspection and this awareness that goes, okay, I feel terrible right now. And then there's this series of questions I'm going to walk you through, a series of steps to help you to get in more alignment with how you want to feel, thus creating the life that you want to live, because we create through our emotional state. And it's so important that we understand that we don't create through our mental, we create through our emotions. And if our emotions are that of negative and anxious and depression, we're going to continue to foster that creation in our life. And I don't know about you, but I sure as hell do not want to continue to foster depression and negative emotions. They don't feel good. I don't want to, that's not what I want, right? So then it's like the solution is introspection. I talk about meditation all the time, but introspection is, to me, even more important. Well, it's certainly the beginning step to meditation practice. And once you begin going inward and you start to explore the universe that lies within you, meditation becomes the natural next progressive step. So introspection is first bringing out that awareness and asking yourself at any given moment, how do I feel? What is my emotional state in this moment? How do I feel? And if you can't identify, unless it's a big emotion, like I'm really pissed off or I'm excited or I'm passionate, if you can't identify, does it feel good or does it not feel good? Is it a positive emotion, or as we would call, is it a negative emotion? Okay. So that's kind of a first start, is that introspection is going inward. And if so far you are understanding the power and the importance of learning this information, would you consider sharing this podcast? Would you grab the link and share it on your social media so we can start spreading the word one person at a time to go inward and start exploring? And let's shut the drugs down. Let's shut that down where our kids are looking for drugs to satisfy a need, an emotional need, when that is not the solution. And if you've had any experience with medication for emotional states, you know that it doesn't solve the problem. It numbs the mind to not feel, but you also can't feel the good states either. You are walking around as a zombie looking for some really big extraneous or extraneous thing to happen that will elicit an emotional response in the body, which is why we're so addicted to entertainment and our games and our phones and our movies and our extra, the stuff outside of us. And I want to say that there's a world inside that can create peace and harmony. But before we get started, let's bring back our energy. Let's call it back. Let's call back where all our energy and our doubts and our worries on our problems are existing. So think of all of those problems out there that you're worried about. The money, the kids, the house, the credit card debt, the business, the job, the boss, anything that's out there, the worries. Think of those energetic threads coming from you that go out to those things as little wisps of energy. And I want you to just close your eyes for this moment, getting centered, getting grounded, getting present right here, right now with my voice. And just be here with me as I send this message out to you, for you to call back your energy so you have more of it to create the life that you want. If our energy is out in all of those places, we're sparse inside. And that's where we create this overwhelm and this anxiety, because the spirit is leaving the body. The spirit is moving up into the mental and it's out on all those places. So I want you to just get present. Feel your body in the seat that you're sitting in. Feel your butt in the seat, your back against the rest, and your feet on the floor. And just get present right here, right now with my voice. Calling back all of your energy, shutting down all of those mental tabs, seeing the little tab with the X in the corner and just click on every single one of them. Those problems will wait for you, and you'll have a better, clearer understanding and a better, clearer direction on how to solve them. And we'll stop pushing and stop forcing. And just call back your energy, feel it into your heart, put your hands on your heart if you need to. Call back your energy and just get present with me. And now that we feel better, take that refreshing breath in. Now my tank is full. My focus is on one thing, and that is listening to the lady of the mind teach me how to heal emotionally. I'm going to ask, and this is a big ask, that you take your journey inward. And as you're listening to me, as you're listening to my voice, bring your awareness to your emotional state. How do you feel? How do you feel right now in your body? How does your body feel physically and emotionally? Do you sense an emotional state right now, and can you identify it? I remember going on this inward journey, and there was only a few emotional states that I could identify, and it was like happiness, sadness, and anger. And then as we get older, they expand. Our vocabulary expands. And I'm encouraging you now to expand your vocabulary on different states of energy that is circulating through your body. As we build a stronger vocabulary and a stronger awareness, then we can manage our emotions and we can manage our subconscious mind, which is our body. As we learn a habit, you learn how to brush your teeth as a kid. You do it enough, the subconscious mind picks it up, the body. The body picks it up, which is the subconscious mind. They're merged together. They're blended together energetically and physically. And the subconscious mind says, I got it. You don't have to put any more mental energy into brushing your teeth. I got it. And then you could just walk in there and you just do it, right? You take the top off, you squirt it on your toothbrush, you get it wet, you brush like this. And for the next 90 years, you brush your teeth the same way. For the most part, we change a little bit, but for the most part, you brush your teeth the exact same way. And that's the same for everything else that we do, which is why when we get to about 35 years old, we're like, okay, we're running on autopilot. And we start looking outside of us for entertainment, for solutions, for the problems that lie inside. Because as our body starts to move into the space of being on autopilot, taking care of all of the things from driving to eating to making certain meals to showering to how we get ready for bed, how we work with certain people, the things we say, the things we do, we open our email, we open our phone, we learn, and our subconscious mind is constantly taking over. The process of waking up is getting our mind back out of the body, telling our subconscious mind we're going to control what we do now and creating new, more peaceful states of mind through our body, just like what you did with learning to brush your teeth. If we begin a internal journey, if we begin that introspection, and our subconscious mind eventually is going to relent and go, okay, I got it. Don't you worry. We'll meditate from now on for the rest of your life. And you will heal and you will create and you will deepen your connections at every turn. Things that used to really bother you won't bother you anymore. Things that used to ruffle your feathers, you will remain calm. Problems that you didn't have solutions for, you will find solutions for easily. That's what I love so much about this work is when you work at the energy level, it is fast. Problems that you've had that you were working on for 1,000 years, all of a sudden fade into the background. They're not a problem anymore. And you've been spending so much mental energy on that problem, finding that solution outside of you. And guess what? It's not there. You ever lost your keys? You don't go into the bathroom and look for your keys. You look around where you normally set them. In the kitchen, in the living room, in the office, right? You don't go out in the backyard in a tree. But that somehow is what we do when we lose our sense and we lose our spiritual connection, is we look outside of us for that, for those solutions when they're not there. And we get frustrated. If you're climbing a tree looking for your keys, well, not the act of climbing a tree because that is fun, but the fact that you're not finding your keys is very frustrating. When you continue to look outside of you for solutions that lie inside of you, it leads to a life of frustration. So I encourage you and I invite you to begin your journey inward. That is step one, going inward, asking yourself at any moment, how do I feel? Good or bad? Where do I feel it? That's the next one. Feel into the emotion. It doesn't matter which one it is. It doesn't matter if it's depression, anxiety, sadness, grief, loneliness, vengeful, anger, frustration, overwhelm, chaos. It doesn't matter. Feel into it. Feel it. Where is it located? Get into a quiet place and sit quietly While you're feeling this emotion, don't go eat it away. Don't go drink it away. Don't go smoke it away. Feel it away. Feel into it. So sit quietly and go inward. Where is it? If I had to take my magic goggles and go inward and look for this emotion, where would I say it's showing up in my body? And then be curious. This is interesting. Where do I feel this? It's in my shoulders. It's in my gut. It's in my head. It's in my chest. It's behind my eyes. It's in my arms. And then be curious. That's interesting, isn't it? Feel that energy with curiosity. Don't feed it. Don't feed the story anymore. You can tell you've already told the story, which is what brought up the emotion. Don't feed the story anymore, but go with curiosity, which will turn down the story, turns the volume down to the story. Now with curiosity, you can go in there and you can look at it. You can go in there and you can sense it. You might not see it. Some people have the ability to see and visualize what the energy looks like, but if you can't see it, that's okay. That just means you have a different ability, and your ability is to sense it. What does it feel like? Pins and needles, deep, heavy, hot. What does it feel like? Is it moving or not? Is it spinning or not? Be curious. And as you locate it, and as you're in the space of curiosities, where is it in my body? I'm curious. I'm looking for it. Show me, reveal yourself to me, right? We're playing hide and seek. I'm looking for this anger. I'm looking for this sadness. I'm looking for this anxiety and depression. I'm going to go and find it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Now move into the space of willingness. I'm looking forward to getting rid of this, just releasing it. I want to release this back to Mother Earth. Mother Earth is energy and it is physical, and everything physical is energy. Mother Earth supports you. Always. Always, 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 and in always. Mother Earth supports you. So she will take this energy back and she will transmute it into something beautiful. And then let it go. Be willing, ask for Mother Earth for support, and be willing to let it go. The nerves, the depression, the anxiety, the anger, be willing to let it go. And then once it's gone, then here's the trick. Here's the sauce. This is my specialty. Bringing in something that feels better. This is why I want you to expand your vocabulary. Bring in confidence, self-love, healing, desire, excitement, fun, adventure. Bring in something that feels better than what you had. And you could do this by asking yourself, if that energy is gone, how would I feel? If I wasn't angry, how would I feel? If my back didn't hurt, how would I feel? If I wasn't depressed, I would feel what? That is where the magic lies. Don't bring in something that you think you're supposed to bring in. Bring in the replacement of what you just released and allow Mother Earth to satisfy that. Then you breathe in that energy. Magic happens at this energy level. You have to trust me on that. I have had so much growth in such a short period of time because of doing this work. And if this is something, because I've talked about the importance of community and I've talked about the importance of having a group to support you in this endeavor, to support you in this healing stage of your life, because how many of you have been dealing with anger for years, or depression for years, or anxiety for years? And if that's a lot of you, then my suggestion is to find a community. Find a community of support who supports you unequivocally, without question, with total acceptance to where you are in your spiritual growth. So if this is something that you want to take deeper, this is what I do. These are the programs that I create. And I pride myself on creating a safe, loving, accepting environment for any and all women to come forward and to heal their bodies emotionally. Because looking outside of you for that solution that lies inside is a life of suffering. The solution, my friend, is not outside of you. The solution is inside. And I would love to be your guide and your mentor to help you on this inner journey of healing those emotional states so you can get on with your life, so you can begin to live a life that is fresh and free and healing and puts you in the driver's seat. That state of empowerment is rich with rewards. So listen to the ending, book a discovery call with me. It's a free conversation, and I would love to talk with you and to share with you how I might best be able to support you. Wow, that may have felt like a lot of information in today's episode, but if you're looking for support and a deeper knowledge of what we talked about today, then let's connect. You can learn more about how I work and how you can work with me. Send me an email to the meditationroomtc@gmail.com, subject line, let's talk. And in the meantime, you can join my online Facebook community, Lady Rising, and mention that you came in through the podcast. I look forward to supporting you and connecting with you there.